I'm not sure exactly what brought you here today, but I do have a few guesses. Maybe you are really sick and tired of wasting money on supplements and specialists and labs and things that just don't produce results and have been extremely disappointing. Maybe you're just really fed up with your symptoms. They are seriously interfering with your life, whether it's the fatigue, hair loss, hair growth, weight fluctuations, infertility, acne. You're just really tired of dealing with these things and you're frustrated and you're really lacking self-confidence right now and you want to find something that works and something that gets to the root cause. Or maybe you just really want to understand your body. You can tell your body's really crying out for help and you don't know how to help it right now. You don't know how to speak the language of your body and you want to be your own doctor. Maybe doctors have continued to let you down. They just lack the knowledge or lack the motivation to really help you achieve the results that you want and heal. Whatever your reason for being here today, I completely support you and I feel you. I feel you. I have been there and it's a dark place and I know how frustrating it can be. So that is exactly why I created the Power Over PCOS course. This course is 2 years in the making. And it's 2 years in the making because on my PCOS healing journey, I realized it's a lot more than just about diet. It is actually an incredibly complex syndrome, and that's why over 5 million women are suffering from it in the United States today, and why the only solution we have for it is birth control, which is actually not a solution at all. So I had been on birth control for an entire decade trying to manage my PCOS symptoms when the birth control itself started to create a lot of problems for me. I felt like a lifeless zombie. I had no libido and my energy was plummeting and it just wasn't working for me anymore. And I was also getting to the age where I really wanted to start thinking about kids. I knew I needed to be proactive. But I was scared. I was really scared to get off birth control because as far as I knew, it was the only thing that was suppressing those horrible PCOS symptoms I dealt with in high school, which was like cystic acne all over my back and chest and shoulders and chin. It was weight gain. It was really bad fatigue, like cravings, you name it. If you're here, you know what that is like. And to be 27 and dealing with all of these things in the corporate world, like I did not want that hit. I knew that was going to influence my confidence, my career, and my relationship. And so I really just dove into the research. I wanted to know what's going on. What is PCOS? What causes PCOS? Why are my hormones imbalanced? Why am I presenting these symptoms? What's causing insulin resistance? And I did a lot of research and a lot of reading. And so really phase 1 of my journey to help give me the confidence to transition off birth control was a dietary intervention. And so eliminating foods that were triggering insulin resistance and hormonal imbalances and inflammation. So removing those foods and adding in foods that I needed, that my biology and my hormones needed to function properly. And so I was like, once I get this done, I'll be good. Everything will be fine. And so I transitioned off birth control. And I do feel like the dietary intervention played a big role and helped to lessen my symptoms coming off of birth control. But what I discovered was it wasn't the only piece of the puzzle, not at all. And so I knew then I needed a holistic, comprehensive approach to healing PCOS. It's a complicated syndrome, and the dietary intervention was, again, just one piece of the puzzle. So I started to think about my feminine biology and how it was attacking my ovaries, and how I had a lot of these masculine hormones like testosterone. And I started to dive into masculine feminine dynamics and how we can present more masculine tendencies and be more masculine dominant as women, and really suppress our feminine nature. And I knew I saw that in myself. Being in the corporate world, I was overachiever, really just trying to get all the degrees, prove myself worthy, all of that stuff. And I was in overdrive all the time, and those are very masculine qualities. Achieving, doing, all of that competition, and those are all masculine qualities, and those were things I was very much focused on and was accentuating. And as a result, I was suppressing my feminine qualities, which include surrender and rest and play. Our society doesn't really deem those relevant, right? And we have kind of a negative perspective of these sort of behaviors. And unfortunately, I suppress my feminine nature very much so as a result. And when you suppress your feminine nature, this influences your biology and your anatomy. And that's why, in fact, a lot of my hormones, my feminine hormones, also weren't where they should be, and why I had more masculine hormones. And so I was discovering that it's not just about the food and the nutrition, but it's also about my personality and who I am. And so I really learned so much about myself, about my beliefs through this process. And that's something that I knew I had to share with you guys, because I knew this was a huge piece of the puzzle, really harnessing our divine feminine energy and finding a healthier balance between masculine and feminine energies. This had a huge influence on my relationship as well. In addition to that, there was a very big emotional component to my healing. I had a lot of suppressed emotion, and I know everyone does. Everyone has trauma to some extent, some more than others. I had sexual trauma. I had trauma just from my childhood, growing up, and I don't think any of us escape childhood without some trauma. And so this was something that I really needed to understand. I really needed to go deep in order to heal. I had to figure out what I was holding on to and harboring, which also was influencing my physical body and reality as well. And once I was able to release a lot of this pain and anger and sadness and shame, that created a physical release as well of these symptoms, being able to move those out of my body, because everything is energy, okay? And so if we're harboring a lot of negative energy, then that's going to draw more negative energy to us. And that's not going to create an internal environment conducive to healing and recovery, but instead is creating an internal environment that is promoting disease and illness. And I witnessed this firsthand, and I witnessed this among all my clients who experience this transformation as well. So it is emotional, this process. It is mental, what beliefs are holding me back and keeping me stuck. My beliefs about myself, that's a big one. Our beliefs also create our reality. It was that masculine feminine dynamics, right? And it was also the nutritional component as well. And so when I combined all of these things and worked through all of these processes, that's when I began to really release and cleanse my body, not only of poisons and toxins from my food and my products that were disrupting my hormones, but my beliefs and emotions that had been stuck and keeping me stuck as a result. So Over the last 2 years, I've learned all this, and I was able to package it up into a program that creates a step-by-step roadmap for you, so that rather than waiting 2 years, maybe more, to uncover all of these underlying root causes of PCOS, in these next 4 weeks, through these 8 lessons that I've created, you can learn what took me 2+ years to learn. And I'm not saying you're gonna experience the healing I've experienced in 2 years and 4 weeks, but you're gonna have the knowledge. And we really talk about how to apply that knowledge in a way that is suitable to your circumstances and environment, because that's what it's all about. Knowledge that isn't applied is pretty worthless, right? It needs to be integrated into your life, and it needs to stick. So that's something that I am a huge proponent of in my coaching and also in this course, is making these changes last, right? Because that's what's going to produce these results for you. Enthusiasm is common, but endurance is rare. And so I really want to help you not only get to the finish line in these 4 weeks, but help you really make this knowledge last, right? And really let it soak in so that you can move through your life with these things in mind, helping you navigate these things and helping you heal along the way. So whatever brought you here today, there is a reason you are here, a reason that you found me, and I'm so glad that you did. And I know that I put my heart and my soul into this course, and I'm really excited to see what profound changes that it creates for you. So I also want you to know that I paced this course. So there will be 2 lessons released every week. So in 7 days after signing up, you'll have 2 more lessons released, and then 2 more 7 days after that, 2 more 7 days after that. And the reason for this is because, you know, today in our society, it's all about doing and achieving and going, and we can miss a lot, right? When we're constantly doing. And so I really wanted you to pace yourself and take the time so you can integrate these topics and ideas that I share with you. So you can really sit and let them soak in and really think about it and apply the practices that I share with you. Again, this is what's going to really help it last. Repetition is really key here. So I pace you in this course, and that is designed to help you really integrate it. So thank you guys so much for being here today. If you have any more questions, please don't hesitate to reach out, and I wish you all the very best.